Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to another episode of our glorious Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Let's Play. Another exciting session lies ahead of us as we continue to build upon the foundations that we have been establishing over the last handful of sessions, and by handful I mean like 50 or so. Uprising Grad will be a bit of a focus for today's session, but of course that is not all. We're also going to take a look at fine-tuning and finessing some of the other aspects of our glorious nation as well. There were some interesting suggestions given to me in the comments of the previous episode, but also of episodes prior, that I would really like to try and implement and see what, well, we've got things going pretty smoothly in many ways, but things can always be improved. So I would like to see what we can improve and how and to what degree. It's always a fun challenge. Try and maximize that efficiency, right? So we'll see what we can do today. Apart from that as well, not sure how likely it is, but we might actually see the launch of our automobile industry as well this session, though it does have a variety of factors that it depends on. There's a lot of work to be done there still, but we might see the launch of the automobile industry this session, or it might wait until next session. Either way, if we sit here with a long and overdrawn intro, we're not going to see it today for sure. So folks, that's the end of that introduction. Just want to mention, as always, if you've been enjoying this series, you'd like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel, what I do more or less of, and how I go about doing it. With that said, let's get this party started. The first order of business is going to be in and around Uprising Grad. Now, just to highlight some of the issues that we're facing over here, if we pop up in the population statistics, things have been going well overall, I would say. We've got a population well over that 50K mark now. That's great, but the problem is that at a certain point, population growth becomes unsustainable, and we've been like dancing around that unsustainability factor for a while. You can see we've got over 6,000 people, adults living with their parents, which is obviously, that problem is worse than it's ever been before, I think. But the solution to that isn't just building more houses and allowing the population to boom even further, especially when unemployment is such a big problem. Now, right now, unemployment is around that 3K mark, which is like, okay, acceptable, I suppose, like not the end of the world. I would like it to be closer to the 2K mark, but let's not forget that the reason why unemployment is this low right now is because we have some construction going on. That's the only reason. If we take a look at last month, for example, you'll see that the actual kind of average unemployment is closer to 4K, which is absolutely unacceptable. So we're going to try and solve that today, and I threw it out for all of you to let me know what you'd prefer to see this session, between us sort of micromanaging our exports and finessing our economy a bit more, and rather either that or, dealing with the situation over here at Uprising Grad. And most of you leaned towards the Uprising Grad situation. Fear not, that doesn't mean we won't be, again, finessing our trades. I'm definitely interested in doing that, but I do think that, yes, perhaps Uprising Grad is a bit more of a priority. I mean, if we just click around at some of these buildings, we can see the unemployment numbers are absolutely ridiculously high. And not just that, but we also have other issues as well, from, cropping from a variety of issues and circumstances. So we're going to try and fix that up. I do also want to touch on one thing really quickly over here before we hit play. The tracks to our, production facilities down at Petrograd are almost done. They're actually very close to being done. We might actually see them completed, maybe this session, maybe by the end of this session. But this is sort of the last piece of the puzzle before we're able to really get all this started up over here. Again, we're going to be paying for these tracks over here just because it's a small piece of track. It'll make life significantly easier, and but that'll only happen again once we finish all this track construction. Once that's done, we'll just rush this construction and get all this stuff up and running. So most likely not until next session, but we'll see. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and hit play and take a look at how things, progress with our distribution office up over here. Once this is done, we can hopefully do a better job of delivering food and clothes and meat to everybody down over here, so we're not seeing, these issues, these major issues, because food production will hopefully, I don't know, it's still kind of rough here. Despite bringing crops from across the river. We have any headed over right now? No. Why are you heading over with no crops at all? Why do you have no crops at all? Is it because you have no crops at all? No, you've got crops. You've got crops. We have harvesting going on right now as well. Maybe just a matter of one more rotation. Or maybe it's a matter of some crops being delivered right now. They could be coming over, right? There's also harvest going on over here. Nonetheless, we will hopefully be able to smooth out the current circumstances as far as food is concerned, especially down over here. If necessary, we'll need to expand our fields. And we already know that. We already know that there's probably going to need to be more farms and more food production going on over here right next to this Colada marker. We're going to have sort of the farmlands outside of Uprising Grad across the tracks over here. And that, honestly, I'm thinking that will just be a massive expanse of farmlands that helps feed, hopefully, a large chunk of our population, because that's something I've really not invested enough in. It's either that or Novokropsky will grow a little bit larger still, and then we can, fine-tune this delivery of crops across the river. Either or. Anyway, I'm letting myself get distracted over here. With nighttime having fallen, let's go ahead and deal with some user interface stuff, because it's much clearer to read, and there is a lot of it to do. Well, I say a lot of it. It's probably going to be relatively easy. I got a really good suggestion, actually, in the comments of the previous episode, that rather than unloading food, like, rather than trying to... Hang on, is that another cargo station? Over here, okay. I was like, I saw this was highlighted, and I was like, I hope you're not unloading over here. Sorry. So rather than unloading at the destinations when they cross that 90% threshold, the suggestion was to unload when they maybe, let's say, cross a 70% threshold. Now the logic behind that, let's go 70. Let's start with that, maybe we lower it even further. The logic behind that is that if a truck is dispatched when the destination only needs to fill a 10% deficit, that first truck won't be carrying all that much. But if a truck is dispatched when the destination has a 30% deficit, that first truck will be carrying more. We were talking about this last session about how that first truck always is carrying like 0.1 ton of food or something silly like that. So this, in theory, should solve that problem and should make it a bit more of a sustainable cycle. Very clever kind of workaround. Hopefully it works. I mean, in theory, it should. The logic makes sense, unless I'm missing something, and if I am, let me know in the comments. But I do feel that makes, perfect sense. The first truck out will be carrying 30% of the end destination's goods rather than... Well, actually, no, because... No, hang on, because it's not going to try and fill. It's still going to try and make that same gap up, right? We'll see. I mean, yeah, the distribution offices, I like them, but there are a couple of things that I wish I could be a bit more micromanagey on. One of them being, setting up waypoints. Nonetheless, let's test this out, and if it doesn't work as intended, then we'll flip it back to 90%. Because what'll happen now? What'll happen now is when the amount in the destination drops down to 69%, will that first truck go out with 1%, or will it go out with 31% to fill the destination up? I don't know. We'll find out. Initially, I'd assumed it would have gone out with 31%, but now that I, kind of think about it, and now that I lay it all out, I go, wait a second, it'll just probably go out with that 1%. We'll see. We'll see. But another thing I want to do is change some of the balances over here. See, like, we can reduce... this is another thing that was pointed out last session. Food is something that gets used up more often, more immediately than, let's say, electronics. So we can go ahead and actually reduce how much electronics and how much clothes we're storing, and focus instead more on food. And that way, those percentages get affected, right? Like 70% of a bigger number is a bigger number, or what have you. Either way, hopefully the stock focus on food helps keep people fed for longer. And I think we'll do the same down over here as well. We don't need that much electronics. We also don't need that much clothing. Food really is the primary concern, I would say. And up over here, I mean, this area has never had trouble. This shopping center has, like, never had trouble. So I'm fine with leaving it as is. Well, we still don't need that much electronics. Reduce that, up the food, yeah. We'll see how that ends up working out. Might actually want to keep an eye on that for a little bit. I know the sun has risen, and I said I would do UI stuff while it was dark. It always happens. It always carries over to sunrise, doesn't it? But let's see, who's got low food? You've got low food. Is there a vehicle headed your way? You're headed your way. You're headed this way as well. Well, you're empty. Why are you not carrying anything? Oh, we're actually low on food over here. Well, new deliveries are arriving right now, though. Okay, well, that wasn't an ideal place to look, I suppose. Do we have a food shortage over here? No, we got plenty of food over here. Look at these people, like, rushing to obviously buy food. Okay, let's see. Vehicles currently headed. Still the same, right? This is weird to me. It's like, why are you even coming here if you're not carrying anything? Why bother? But it was only going to load 37%. That's a third of how much it's able to carry. Which is about 1.5 tons, right? I don't know if that solution makes a difference. We'll find out. It needs more. We need to give it more time. We need to give it more time. We'll check up on it. Let me check something actually over where are we? Distribution office over here. Destination, set distribution percent for all. Okay, vehicles unload cargo to building. When building storage are filled to a lower percentage than this. But what is the target? Is the target 100%? That's the question. Let's try it over here as well. Okay. Because again, we cannot set this to 100. It can only go up to 90%. So it's not like the moment it drops even the slightest bit, top it up. I would imagine it's the moment it drops below this number, top it up. If anybody knows better, if anybody has more insight, feel free to share. But I'm willing to experiment with that at least. All right, cool. Now over here, traffic has been an issue for the last little while, and y'all have been suggesting, oh, maybe we do like a bridge or a tunnel. Building that will be a bit of a problem here just because of the curvaceous nature of the area and this stop over here. Because these stops can't be elevated, so it's not like I can have a bridge that goes to an elevated stop or anything like that. So that's a bit of a problem, unfortunately. Tunnels, the game does not allow you to actually take roads down. It just cuts through a mountain or, you know, a hill or a mound or whatever. So we can't build a tunnel going into the ground like that, unfortunately. Now, the traffic isn't all that bad regularly. Usually the backup only happens when there's construction going on up over here. So I'm willing to say it'll probably be all right. The other option, of course, is to, you know, shrink these trains down a little bit. But we definitely need to move people en masse from this station out. Again, live and learn, right? Like, this is one of those... This is another example of something I've learned from this playthrough that eventually, when we kick off a new playthrough or when we establish a new city, it's stuff that I'll be keeping in mind. But yeah, like, it's not... The traffic isn't the end of the world, all things considered. I would say, at least. Now, okay, that's discussed. We've got this still building, so we can't assign that stuff yet. Experimenting with the 70% stuff, so that's all good. One thing I do want to do is... well, these guys are too preoccupied over here. Down over here, we don't get too much traffic. But I want to establish a roundabout up over here, which will hopefully help smooth out traffic movement. Like, we won't have blockages like this. Well, we... might improve it a little bit. Let's not focus on that right now. Maybe we do that later on in today's session. I do want to try and establish the things over here, though. Again, like I said, that's kind of our primary focus. I don't want to leave it until the 50th minute of this episode, because I know what happens when we try that. You guys need stuff. Okay. So, I want to establish a few different opportunities for employment and also an opportunity for post-secondary education. As far as education is concerned, we need a medical university. We've got a couple of technical universities already because it's got such a nice form factor. It's so easy to fit into places. But no, we're looking for the medical university, which is much bulkier. So thank you, game. Now, unfortunately, we might have to rework some of the power stuff over here to establish this in a way that people are able to get here without too much of a struggle. This is roughly where the line is in terms of, I don't want to go south of here. Like, I don't want to be here for any of our constructions. And how far are people willing to go to walk, right? Like, we've got these guys, that's about 230 meters. We can always do the power, like, checking with the electric substation. But again, that's straight line distances, right? Like, this is 250 meters from that one house. Then again, if we establish parking lots, people will be able to drive quite far. If we make proper parking available, we might be able to see a lot of action there. That's an option, of course. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But this, I need to use this space, so I think we do have to demolish some of the connections here. Not the end of the world. I think we just have to demolish some of these, maybe. And maybe hug a little bit closer. Yeah, rather than turning up over here, hug a little bit closer to this and go up over here and connect to the same spot. And that will allow us to use all of this area over here. Some of this might require flattening. Now, what are the footprints we're looking at over here? Education, medical university. Again, that's probably the biggest building we're going to be putting down. Could put it down over here. Could put it down over here as well at a bit of an angle. It's nicely behind these blocks. And then apart from that, I mean, everything we're building here is actually rather quite massive. Equipment for citizens. We've got the radio station, huge, and the TV station, also huge. You know, part of me wonders if I shouldn't just make this a nice, beautiful central park kind of a thing and establish things over here. Are people going to be able to get there, though? Let's see. Where's our infrastructure? You know, that's not too bad for those two top buildings. The bottom building might make it over as well. Because how far are people willing to walk again? I keep forgetting. Up to 400 meters, it looks like. So, you know what? We might actually be able to get away with that. Okay, let's move forward with that and see how things go from there, right? Let's go ahead and auto-build using some dollars over here. Make the flattening a bit faster. This is, yeah, flatten height from center. Go. Gonna prove to be a very interesting experiment, I think. I think visually it'd be quite nice as well to have like a thing in the middle. We might still want to rework some of the wiring because it's not perfectly parallel right now. So we might want to rework some of that anyway. But it's a nice way to kind of... It's just a nice kind of thing to have in a city. To have like a central park kind of area. I think it'd be quite neat. Let's see if it actually works the way we want it to, though. Go ahead and do all this flattening over here. That should be enough to allow our buildings to flatten the rest of it. Let's go ahead and establish our... And again, we're not going to build anything yet. Not going to build anything yet. I want to establish... What I'm looking for here. The university first. Sure, we can do the university first. Medical university. We can drive people over here. Well, rather bus people over is what I mean. I don't mind the idea of the university here, actually. What are the... we kind of eat into that space if we do that, though. We'd have to get, like, buses to get students over. Also, this, like, flattening is really not, ideal, is it? More flattening to do over here, I think. Got it done. There we go. Hopefully that's more along the lines of what we needed to do. We'll find out, I'm sure. Of course, the sun sets. But yeah, if we establish the medical university... Good news is to flatten whether I put this building down or not. Up there. I'm trying to figure out, like, the establishment of hostels and stuff as well. What's it called? Halls of residence. Or do I want to have employment over here and the medical university behind it, because we're going to have people, like students, bussed over to get their education. And then they'll have their housing as well, right? Like, they'll have these residences back over here. God, this takes a lot of space up, doesn't it? It takes a lot of space up. We can also establish the university down over here, still beyond a buffer zone, right? Still beyond a buffer zone. I don't mind that. See what we can do over here. It's like trying to figure out what I prioritize. Obviously, education, post-secondary education is important. It helps us end up with more, you know, a more highly educated demographic, and that's necessary for some jobs. I mean, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the automobile industry requires people with the higher level education as well, for example. We do need them. But do we need them as much as we need just, you know, base level employment? Easy access to just, again, base level employment, right? Let's go ahead and put down the medical university. Come on. From center, gotta expand this a little bit further. There we go. Yeah, like, money is fine. That was pretty expensive, but it's fine. We'll make that money back in no time. All the way down over here. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Again, we're just planning right now. We're just planning, and the sun rises perfectly on time. I'm gonna flatten a bit further over here, a bit further over here. Right, there we go. Don't have to go too tightly packed. Leave a little bit of room here. Is this head on? I think we're okay here. I think we're okay here. So let's go ahead and plant you down over here. Right? What do I want to do with roads over here? Let's go ahead and establish... Let's see. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Allows with existing construction. Outside or inside is the question I'm asking, basically. Road on the outside, road on the inside. Well, what can we do up over here? We'll do road on the outside. We can not start up here. Okay. Can we start over here? Yes, we can. Okay. So the road goes down to here, I would say. Even further, actually. Down to here. We're trying to create a bit of a decorated space, so... It's gonna take me just a moment to, like, just lay this out. We have that down to here. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate you. Yeah, I'm okay with it being a curved road. So... Pull you over. I mean, again, we can use the wireframe, but it's not gonna help us because we're building at not a straight, like, up and down axis. And we're going outside, right? Yes, we're going outside. Not being parallel doesn't help. Be able to flatten this though. And I hope this is worth something. You know, I hope it's like, hope it looks good. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Oh, too close. Over here. There we go. We'll establish you over to here. And that. Yeah, that looks okay. Can we establish this? We can. Go ahead and flatten that up there. Like so. How's that look? Bit of a raised area over here, not a problem, okay. Good stuff. Straighten you out, flatten you out. Come on now. Higher, higher, no. That's no good. That's no good. Go ahead, level terrain height from center. Flatten this out a little bit. Pay for it. So much faster. It's so much faster. There we go. Shouldn't need to flatten too much. Yep, excellent. Pull you over to here. Can we raise this up? Can we raise this up? Let's see if that works. Possibly not. Yeah, I'll need a little bit of lowering over here. Okay, fair, fair, fair. We can only do so much, right? There are limitations we have to work around. Trying our best, though. How about that? Does that work? It's not right. Gotta, like, nudge this up a little bit further. Something like that. Not perfect, but within the confines of our limitations. I think once we have like all the trees and stuff put down, I think we'll be okay. Still, you know what? No, I can't allow that. I know it doesn't look right. Beyond my tolerance for, you know, tolerance of acceptance, like of acceptable ugliness. It's the only way I can put it. I'm not gonna fiddle with this for too much longer, though. I promise. I promise. Pull this back a little bit. And that do the trick, I think. I think that looks better. Sure. Cool, that's that. So this will be kind of like our park area. We want to make sure people have easy access to it. Too steep of an incline over here. Not a problem, because what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cancel some of the road over here. And we're going to smooth this out. Level terrain average. Hopefully Get a nice slope over here. Steep, too steep. Okay, a little bit more raising required, it seems. Come on now. Come on now. It's probably not going to allow me to do this. It's not the end of the world. Would have been nice, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, well, if that's the case, let's go ahead and move you up to here. Put this connection back. Can I remove that? Yep. Wish this was neater. But again, limitations, like I said, right? We can go ahead and do what over here? Why can I not? There we go. Too steep of an incline. Well, this we can fix. So this we have enough room to flatten out. So let's go ahead and level terrain from average. Or level terrain average, rather. I keep wanting to say, like, from center, and then I say from average. Too steep of an incline. Oh, it's not too steep. You're lying to me. You're lying to me. This is fine. Cars can go up this. People can certainly go up this. Okay, okay. Lower terrain a little bit at the edge over here, maybe. Let's establish this over to here. We're going to want to curve our way up. Like so. That looks reasonable to me, I'll be completely honest. I think that looks reasonable to me, at least. Go ahead and level it just a bit. Too steep. How about now? Up to here, over to here. And then over here, I was thinking we could do like a like cut through. Right, so it's still convenient to get to places. We have to take that into consideration as well. Obviously, people still have to get to places. Very much like to smooth this out a bit. That's the thing, is like we built the infrastructure first, which is why... I mean, really, I could just get rid of it. Just get rid of it all. Start everything from scratch. Kind of a thing. See if that makes enough of a difference to make this look a little bit neater. Maybe. Come on. Come on. Okay. I'll take a slope. Like, I'll take a proper slope. More than happily. We can build that into our decorative elements, whatever they end up being over here. Okay, cool. That's that. Over here, we can connect over here as well. We can indeed. Let's see if we can't do... I'd like to do a nice kind of curved connection, if the game would allow. It literally... Oh, there we go. It wasn't letting me click for some reason. Hey, that looks good. This looks good. Yeah, people should be able to walk this, no problem. Now, over here, we're going to go ahead and get this road coming out this way. It's an easier line here. There we go. All the way across. No smoothing required. We're okay. That looks okay. Can you connect? You can indeed. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Question is, where do we put the? I'll probably put the living, like the residences over here. I don't mind the idea of having the university on an elevated kind of like plateau over here. That slope. Hate it. Easy fix though. Easy fix. Let's use some rubles. Dollars have kind of dropped a significant amount, I feel like. So let's use some rubles. We have plenty of those as well. And they're easier to come by as well. Right from center. Come on. Put it all up. There we go. There we go. Nice and easy. All, well, you know, let's... We want to make sure the roads are able to come across as well. Right? Yeah, we're good over here. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, let's get that university down. Go ahead and build education-related medical university. Again, I want to make sure it's like nicely lined up over here, as nicely as possible. Now, no matter which rotation techniques I use, sometimes it's just like the game just doesn't want to line things up properly. Sometimes you have to like go a full 360 degrees and come back around full circle, holding down control and nudging it up and down doesn't work. Would very much like to be able to be a bit more smooth with regards to how things get placed. Yeah, you know, this is the best we're gonna get. So fair enough. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and put you down over here, I think. You probably have back road access to the university as well. Pop you down over here. And extend this over, is what I meant by back road access. Flatten this a little bit, I think is all we need. There we go. Pulling you over. Excellent. Connect you over here. No longer a rounded corner. Well, you know, still has kind of a rounded corner, but not the same as before, obviously. We got you connected. Let's go ahead and get you connected over here. And do this little curved bit. I need to start that a bit sooner. Okay. Pull you down. No, not gonna let me. What about if we start from up over here? Roll it down. There we go. Beautiful. Do that. I need to get rid of this. And let's go ahead and do... Sides are too steep. Fix that up like that. Building is in the way. Don't lie to me, game. You know you want to work. Oh, we're a little too tightly packed, I think. Well, not a problem. It doesn't have to be a curved road. We can also just go straight. Probably not a terrible idea, actually, to do that. We'll have this curve anyway. And then, yeah, the housing can go down over here. Have the university on a bit of a plateau. Well, that's, you know, a little neat integration of height differences. Auto build using dollars. Sure. Let's go ahead and... Well, we've established this... Whoa. Camera, they're rotated. Because I rotated while saving. We've established this is okay. Go ahead and... Oh, of course. Could've just let it be. Could've just let it be. Okay, there we go. And we make from center over here. There we go. I don't want to be too like radical or anything with the drop and have to deal with confusing terrain issues and all that. Using dollars again, by the way, I'm well aware. We should be fine to come across this way. Come on. Get from center. Got it. Eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to like average it out and flatten it. But for now. Like, when I say flatten it, I mean average it out and flatten to like the actual level of the terrain. But let's go ahead and take a look at our halls of residence. Now, there are a couple of shapes. There's the long, thin ones, and then there's the more kind of squarish one, I suppose. I like the long, thin ones. Looks like equivalent number of residents, or workers, I suppose it says. Go like this. We might be good, actually, to put like 3 or 4 down. Like, let's see, if I go ahead and do 1... Oh, you know, I just realized. Vendor construction. Looks like we don't need to. Looks like no one's being automatically assigned, so that's good. Okay, we got 1. We'll have a second one. Right up over here. Are you going to connect or no? That road connection might be a problem. Too steep of a descent. I'd be surprised. Where are we? Station, University Hall. Oh. Too close. Down over there. Get rid of you. Oops. Pop you down over here, roughly. No, you're not going to connect to the road, are you? Of course not. So finicky sometimes. It's like, it worked before, it's not going to work now. Okay, let's change our approach over here then. Change our approach just ever so slightly. What I'm going to do instead is go with education down like so. Yep, we go with 1 and 2 and 3 for now. We could do a 4th one for now as well. But that's just it, right? It's like we can expand this quite a bit. In fact, why isn't the road here connecting? Too steep of a descent over here as well, it says. Okay, let's go ahead and sort that out. And from center, go ahead and pay for it using dollars again. And let's use some rubles. Dollars has gone sub 5k. Let's try and keep it above that. Move some more road as well. From center, there we go. We got lots of rubles. We got more rubles than we ever had. I think we started this game at 20 million, right? So we're well over. We're well over. There we go. Good stuff. And pull you out a little bit further. Let's go ahead and establish education. There we go. Beautiful. Now again, they'll be able to walk out and get access from the back over here. Nice and easy. And even from the side over here, really. So, nothing to worry about these guys being able to get to university, get to their lectures and all that jazz. Go ahead and connect you up over here. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what set you off to construct. Nope, still nothing. Fair enough. And again, we'll need to establish a bus or something to get kids down over here. I wonder if we want to get a bus stop up over here or something like that. Like a nice, a university stop kind of a thing. There are some really good mods. By the way, if you're curious about my mod list, if you join our Discord, you can check my mod list. It is pinned in the Workers and Resources channel. Sorry, it took me a second to plan that thought out. What was I looking for here? Stations. There we go. I got some nice ones over here. I mean, I could get one of these, like, big ones, right? Not gonna have trolley buses here, though. Get one of these large ones. I don't know if that's necessary. Can't build you to infrastructure, it says, but surely the building is in the way as well. If not, I actually wouldn't mind this. I'm not gonna lie. Let's try it out. Oh, see? Here we go. Construction has begun. Even though it says no assigned construct... Oh, no. Suspend. Tempted fate. Not waste any resources or time over here. We want to plan first and then make sure everything's working. And then we'll take it from there. Okay, we'll move one more step over here. Amplitude infrastructure. Are you sure you don't just mean the building? Let's try the small one. Yeah, it must mean the building. It must mean the building. That's okay, it's not a big deal. We don't need a big one anyway. Let's go ahead and just do a regular... I was hoping actually to use one of these like stylish ones. Where are they? What is this? Unnecessarily large. Yeah, one of these like cool ones. But if it won't let me build like this, then there's no point. We could do... Nah, overcomplicating the matter over here. Overcomplicating the matter. Let's go ahead and get a bus stop, like a good old-fashioned classic bus stop. Can't build it to infrastructure. Wonderful to see. My favorite thing to see. It's, again, I think it's the building just getting in the way. Okay, not a problem. That ain't right. There we go. Better. We could put the bus stop at the back over here. It's all about getting kids over to the school. We could also put the bus stop up over here. I mean, that's not too far away for people to travel to. Or from, or whatever. Roughly 200 or so meters. Everything's well within range. I mean, a bit of a traversal over here to get to these guys. And again, we can also do direct, like, educational shuttle buses right to the university as well. That's also an option. We will also need to put down some power distribution in the area. Let's not forget that, too. And I believe this doesn't have any more output, so we'll have to do something out of here directly. But that's neither here nor there. Where do we want to put this bus stop down? We'll put one down over here as well, a little bit closer. Straight line, this has got to be closer than coming from up over here, right? That's the thing to the power substation trick, is like, it doesn't take into account the actual roads. Wouldn't mind having a bus stop over here, though. Another kind of like addition to this, again, Central Park-esque approach. Let's see if it even wants, if it even allows me to establish a bus stop over here, though. Because it is a diagonal, like it's a slope. Ability to infrastructure, of course not. Nope, I'm gonna pay for that. I'm gonna pay for that. Flatten you a bit over here. Yeah, this is not gonna work. Almost certainly. And yet we go on. In for a penny, in for a pound, or whatever they say, right? Yeah. I'm gonna auto-connect there. Try and pull this out ever so slightly. See if it'll auto-connect that distance. Try that. Why? Why do you do this game? Like, it'll tell me it's gonna connect, but then it doesn't. Now it's not seeing that connection again. Ooh. Ooh. Let me try something here. Yeah, it's weird. It'll allow it one way, but not the other way. Okay. Steep of an incline over here, no surprise there. Oh yeah, I mean this is like, that's not even unreasonable of the game to say. Raise train a little bit over here, maybe. I don't think we'll get a suitable slope. Not at all. Not a chance. That doesn't fly. That doesn't fly at all. From center. Again, just trying to... If we're gonna have a slope, I just want it to be a nice slope. Go. Do the trick. Allow me to use... Of course not. Of course not. This instead. Alright. You over. A little bit of flattening will go a long way. Too steep of an incline at the end there. And I convince you not... Yeah, there we go. This is where... Oh, beautiful. Actually, I will accept that. I'll take it. I'll take it. And again, trees, statues, it'll all make this space look a lot better. Where does this bus stop go? Do we put it down in the middle over here? I think we're gonna have the same problem because again, it's a slope, right? It's a slope. Can we put the bus stop down over here, maybe? Again, it's a little tightly packed to the university potentially. One way to find out. I know. And it says due to infrastructure, which is annoying if nothing else, because that's not the truth. Maybe we do just put it down up over here. Or put a back road over here. Sure, let's do that. Not gonna fit anything else in this area. Go and flatten this. There we go. And again, it's sort of like a university bus is the idea in my head. Steep. Come on. That's not too steep. You know that's not too steep, game. Okay, let me put that down. There we go. There we go. Nope. A little janky. Yeah, I don't understand. This is one thing I don't understand is like very quick to change its mind about what's acceptable and not. It's like every time you demolish something, it also adjusts the terrain and stuff. Like you see, this was unacceptable moments ago. But we placed it, we demolished it, and now it's okay. But then the road doesn't get placed until you do that. It's just so weird. All good. Not the end of the world. Go ahead and flatten this terrain a bit more. Get that road to continue. Yep, straight enough. Flatten a bit more. Come on. Drop it down. There we go. Straight out. And then we have a little... Actually, you know, it'll probably go straight out even further. Rather than a curved road over here. I'll go straight out even further. Because if we want to expand this, I want to make sure we have that option. Up down over there. Too steep. Okay. Yeah, we didn't flatten this enough. Now darkness has fallen once more. Right from center. Come on. Go. That's not too harsh for this road. It is indeed. Of course it is. There we go. Okay, and then hopefully... Cool. Beautiful. Wow. That took a bit of doing. I was hoping to play most of the day on double speed, and to be fair, maybe we could have while I was doing all this planning. Let's go ahead and pick up the pace. I do want to see this track and stuff get done sooner rather than later. I want to make sure that we are seeing these construction vehicles moving. We are not. First time in a while we've had an issue over here. I'm glad I caught that right as I hit double speed. Would have been a shame if I hadn't caught that and it'd just been sitting there for, you know, months on end or whatever. I do want to check the situation down here though really quickly. Okay, we got food. We got everything everywhere. So that's, you know, something. Food's about to drop off over here, but is there a vehicle headed over? There must be. Bringing meat. Now, why is there not a truck heading over with food? Is it because there's no trucks free to head over with food? Might be the case. These are, I'm guessing, refrigeration. No, you're not. So why aren't you immediately dispatched carrying food? Oh, because something was already headed over, but it didn't... Okay, what, you know what, whatever. It was without food for the smallest fraction of a minute, so I'm okay with that. Now this is all set up as well, so we might want to take a look at getting this going. No. Let's stay focused down over here. I'm gonna go ahead and normal speed because I feel kind of bad double timing it. I feel like there's too much stuff being left behind. I hope y'all don't mind. But let's just establish this really quickly. We've got the university over here. We've got the bus stop back over here. We want to establish our... It's not gonna... The rest isn't going to take as long. A lot of the terraforming and stuff took a lot of time. Let's go ahead and establish our radio station first. Right? Still going to need a little bit of flattening, but it's not as painful now. And the TV station is a bit more of along the building. Okay. TV station, you're gonna be a pain, aren't you? Ooh, what's this? Perfect spot for you. It's gonna drop everything. I would rather not. Height from center. Okay, rubles. Go ahead and lift it all up. We're all about lifting the people up over here. Ignore the fact that we're reducing the height of the train up there. Listen. That's just stuff. Just foreign propaganda. Those are lies. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Where's that TV station? So we can establish you up over here-ish. What are we looking at here? Yeah, that's good. That road, I just wish... We can do this instead as well. Those footpath connections will work just as well as a road connection. I was gonna do the radio station up over here, but this works quite nicely. The radio station, to be fair, also works quite nicely. Squares off very nicely. Need to adjust the train only slightly. Now let's go with the TV station here. I like it. I like how it fits in. Put you down like so. Get those footpath connections. Not the neatest, but I'll accept them. Here's what we'll do. Go ahead and drop you down over here. Yes. Found my immense hesitation. Thinking about the road connection. Let's put you down over here. Suspend construction for now. Go ahead and get rid of the footpaths that look messy. The road connection, though. Because they're not the same width, these two buildings. So I'd need to do like... Let's see. Right from center. Raise this up. The housing is at like the lowest level. Alright, up we go, up we go. it's a story of aspirations, right? As a student living at these halls, you look up to the various industries you aspire to work at. That's that's the intent here. Okay, so we got this, and right. I wanted to go right down the middle over there. Glad we can. Be able to establish this up over here, right? Go straight on up. Excellent. This should connect over here. Beautiful. That is not beautiful. There we go. Better, I like that. Yep. Connect you over here. Another radio station. Again, this is very centralized in the... Oh my... Look at how much space this takes. Look at how much space all of this takes. It's huge. It's absolutely massive. The radio station. Will you fit snugly over here? I'll have to raise the train a little bit. Not a problem. Go for it. Right from center. Use those rubles. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, we will need, I think, a bus to get people to the radio station, though. Some form of transportation. Or the other. They're not going to be able to walk over here. For sure. I'd be shocked if they were. Absolutely shocked. Where are we? Radio station. There we go. Still not good enough. Big footprint. Huge footprint. There's something I do like about this game. Don't get me wrong when I say, like, wow, look at how, like, massive this space is. It's not a complaint. It's, I'm impressed. Okay. Oh, that should be good enough, hopefully. Make sure we turn this off before I misclick that. There we go. A little bit of flattening like this. Good stuff. A little bit further down. I pop you down over here. Like so. And suspend your construction before somebody starts building you. What are we looking at here? Yeah, can't reach any of these. Okay, who can reach? Don't tell me they can't reach. Really, eh? Really? I must be missing something. They can't walk across to this building from this footpath? No way. See, this is when this is why I don't like this method. I mean, if we upgrade the roads, then maybe. I mean, if we upgrade the roads, then they should be able to. Well, in for a penny, in for a pound, like I was saying earlier, right? Let's go ahead and test this out. Test this out. Connect this. How about now? Once that road gets established, we should be good. Come on, finish it off. There we go. Yeah, just barely. At least we know that it is working. They certainly can't walk to the radio station. We know that for sure as well. Let's upgrade these roads. I mean, these roads have needed upgrade for a while. Now's as good a time as any. That all done. Get this all done. Let's establish this as well. And let's also get the footpath here upgraded. Sure, why not? And let me, just for experimentation, just to have the answer to the question, let's go ahead and establish this all the way up to here. All the way up to here. Want to see. We basically bought into this layout now. Yeah, see, they're not, and I knew as much. I knew they wouldn't be able to walk to the radio station. But that's not the end of the world. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and establish a bus stop. I'm almost gonna do a large bus stop over here, actually. Like a full-on proper platform. Though, we don't really need that, actually. This is just where people are gonna get dropped off. So that's not really necessary. Do a small platform. Nah, let's just do a regular style bus stop. For that, of course, we need to cancel the road over here. So what I'm thinking of doing is, We got the bus stop down over here. Let's go right down over here. That way people can immediately like walk off the bus and get into work at the TV station if that's where they work. Or they'll, you know, walk down over here and head to the radio station, obviously. Spend that as well. And then up over here, I want to establish parking. Tons and tons of parking. The question ultimately is what kind of parking would I prefer to use? And I have a lot of modded parking as well. Where are we? Parking. There we go. I wish this page was alphabetical. 32. Large parking. This multi-level garage, I believe, is like 64 or something. But the problem is that vehicles line up to get into a multi-level garage, whereas that's not how they behave with one of these. Now, these large parking lots, I believe I tested out down over here, and as we've seen, you can't daisy chain them, basically. You have to connect from either side, so that's not really worth it to me, I would say. What about these perpendicular parking? I don't know if that's any better, really. Again, these are drive-through, but apparently not. Apparently they don't allow parking on either side. What about over here? We have some parking lots, small parking lot, large parking lot. These are like our most basic options, obviously. Go with the modded one. Here, how about this? Let's try this. Where can I get this road to go? Can I pull road out over here? And this is the building, right? Yep. Get rid of this. Pull you up this way. Pull this around this way. Trying to establish like the boundary of the building, if you will. Then we can go ahead and get these large parking lots lined up over here. Let's see how many we can fit. 1, 2, 3. We got 4. It's like they're nice and tightly packed, not necessarily perfectly lined up. I do like the density though. So let's see. 3, too low. Again, one of those cases where it's like I wish you could snap. I think I'm gonna have to settle for close enough. Getting this perfectly lined up is gonna be possible. Sure. 3, 4, 5. This is a lot of parking. 5 and 6. Let's leave it at 6. Expand this a little bit, expand this a little bit, or rather extend, I should say, and close it off over here. That's a nice large parking lot for anybody who's working at any of these two buildings. Go and get the connections over here. Unfortunately, these are all intersections, so they won't connect. Right, in that case, let's go ahead and get rid of this. We'll put down some like trees or something over here to doll this area up a little bit, and just put the footpath connection over here so these guys are able to walk over this way, or they're able to go down this way for the main entrance. Or of course they can go to go up this way as well if they work at the TV station instead. Well, I guess they're gonna go down all the way here. It's fine. It's not too far away. Cool. Okay, I do like that. I do like that a fair bit. Get this road connection up over here, and again we'll put down trees and stuff up over here. That'll fix that area up nicely, I think. Oh man, vehicles are coming through. We're able to start continuing construction. Well, start continuing construction. We can continue construction here now. Let all this stuff get built. These parking lots as well, sure. Continue your construction. Continue all these guys. So we have a new medical university. We've got a bunch of halls of residence, which should hopefully help alleviate some of the population pressures. Got the TV station, which will provide a lot of employment. Very easy to walk over to as well for 1, 2, 3, and 4 buildings worth of people. So great. So all of these guys will be able to get employment at the TV station. Though, of course, we'll also have, buses, I think, going from up over here down to over here to drop people off. And we'll also hopefully see a lot of people driving over. Like, there's unemployment elsewhere as well, right? We've got unemployment up over here. I'm hoping that people will be able to drive from these underground parking lots. Oh, don't tell me you can't reach... How can you not? Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's go ahead and auto-build some of these. Auto-build you as well. Can I not? Go. Watch, these parking lots are not reachable. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. Oh, wow. Amazing. Amazing. They go about 1 kilometer if I'm not mistaken. What about the parking lot up over here? Oh, we had one established yet. We've got this one up over here. No, they can go up to, what, 2 kilometers? And this is beyond 2 kilometers away, I guess? How does that add up? There's got to be something else up over here. You drive out, you go up this way. Should be able to go through here. Should be able to come through here. Be able to drive through here. Look at all these people coming to work on this construction site alone. Well, that's a little unfortunate. Might need to establish some parking lots down over here as well or something. Damn. Not the end of the world. We just have to make sure the infrastructure we establish for the rest of this, again, satellite city or whatever we want to call it, is taking that into account as well. Driving distances, right? Because maximum driving distances are a thing to concern ourselves with. Over here, the hostels are yet down on this lower level. We've got the... nothing to see, really, if we get rid of the user interface. We've got the hostels on the lower level. We've got the... the residences on the lower level. We've got the actual university itself on this, like, little plateau over here, sharing that same height with the TV and radio stations as well. We're gonna have to find a way to smooth out the slope over here and bring things down somehow to make it a bit more, easily reachable by a variety of means. We've got a good slope over here. That's all good, but we need to make sure that this kind of like lateral direction, we got a nice slope going as well, and hopefully it'll be relatively easy to bring the road down like that. Otherwise, we've got a bit of a mess on our hands. We'll be able to clean it up, but it's just a matter of doing so. And I want to make sure we smooth out before we reach these tracks as well, obviously. Man, what a huge, like, complex, right? I was thinking, like, even if we shifted this stuff over by, like, what is this, a couple of meters, how much of a difference would it have really made to being able to reach anything? This, honestly, is the thing I'm most bummed about. This is the thing I'm most bummed about, is these parking lots not being able to be reached. The other thing I could... Oh, no. That's... What? Alright, let me try something here. I was considering it earlier, but I was like, nah, there's no way this is the problem. Maybe it is. Go ahead and establish this. No, okay, it's not. Oh, wait. I guess I can't reach anything yet. I guess the construction's not done yet. It's for sure now. Hang on, what? Got you selected. People can't drive anywhere? That doesn't make any sense. Something is obviously up over here. It doesn't have to be completed for us to see reachable parking lot. That's really weird. As you can see, this is not built, but we can still see reachable parking lots. Oh, that's actually really weird. Hang on a second. I sworn when I had this selected. Okay, so it doesn't show things that are under construction that can't be reached. Fair enough. That seems to be the case. But things that are being built, you can see where they go, like how far they can go. Case in point. this parking lot right next to the one we just upgraded the road for. Well, that's a tremendously confusing note to end things on, but that is the note we're going to end things on, folks. A huge development happening over here. We can see the construction vehicles making their way over. Of course, the huge construction office is right here. We've got plenty of materials to, make these plans into a reality, as it were. And hopefully it'll really help the situation at Uprising Grad. Wow, I was really hoping to be able to focus on some other things as well today, but this really did end up taking the entirety of the session, didn't it? Lots more progress actually made on the track over here. We've gone past the bend by a fair bit now. Hopefully that construction is continuing smoothly and we don't have more jamming going on. Yeah, it looks like we're good. And apart from that as well, it does seem like the food situation, well, it seemed like earlier, might still be the case, the food situation is a little bit better than it was before. Again, still not entirely convinced that the new distribution percentage mechanic is working, especially, well, this one already unloaded its load, I suppose. But it seems to be working. Though if you're at 0.21 food, why isn't another one being sent over right away? Especially considering we have these guys back over here. Anyway, you know what? It is what it is. Seems to be working fine, though. Seems that people are mostly well fed and well taken care of. A couple of issues here and there, but overall doing all right. But yes, this certainly consumed the entirety of the session, folks. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, as we establish the next kind of big step for Uprising Grad, while continuing to establish the big step for the nation as a whole. I really do hope to see employment and stuff get solved, well, to a great degree at least, as this construction completes. And I hope to see education shift. We have a lot of people, this includes babies as well as the thing. Nonetheless, I would like to see a bigger shift towards university education as well, just because some of the jobs that are coming up, especially with vehicle construction, if I'm not mistaken, require quite a few engineers. Nonetheless, folks, again, like I was saying, I hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel. Changes what I do and how I do it and when I do it. So yeah, don't hesitate to let me know your thoughts down below. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, das vidanya.